Motorists using the Cavitex C5 Link will now have to pay more as the toll operator adjusted its rates on Sunday. Gerard de la Peña with the details.
Motorists passing through the Cavitex C5 Link expressway were ushered into the new week with higher toll prices. The Cavitex Infrastructure Corporation, which operates and manages the expressway, got the green light from the Toll Regulatory Board to charge higher toll fees. Class 1 vehicles will have to pay 35 pesos, up from 22 pesos. Class 2 vehicles will also be charged 69 pesos from 44 pesos, while Class 3 vehicles will have to pay 104 pesos, up from the previous rate of 66 pesos. This comes after the completion of the additional 1.6 kilometers of elevated toll road last August 14. Use of this road was previously free of charge, but the Toll Regulatory Board decided that it's time to impose toll fees on users.
Basehan po niyan ay nagkaroon po tayo ng karagdagang segment na natapos at binuksan noong pa kung August 14 na free of charge para sa ating motorista. Dahil nga po may additional distance na ginagamit na ang ating mga motorista, ay nararapat lang naman po na magbayad din naman po sila dito.
Motorists have no choice now but to include in their budget the additional toll fee.
Ang mahalaga, ayos-ayusin lang yung daan natin para walang aksidente.
Naabisuhan na naman noon pa na sabi na nagmimitingan ng pagtaas. Kaya nire-ready na rin naman namin sarili namin sa ganung bagay. Walang magagawa, di ba? Ganun naman ang punta talaga natin sa pagiging mataas eh.
The 7.7-kilometer Cavitex C5 Link is expected to be completed next year. It will connect C5 in Taguig and Cavitex in Parañaque. Once completed, the travel time from Cavitex to Makati, Taguig, and Pasay will be reduced by 30 to 45 minutes, down from the previous travel time of 1 hour. The completion of the Cavitex C5 Link is also expected to decongest major thoroughfares like EDSA and Mia Road. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, We Are One News.
Here to tell us more about this toll hike as well as their preparations for the upcoming holiday rush, we have with us on the show Mr. Romulo Kimbo Jr., Chief Communication Officer of the Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation. Good evening and welcome to The Big Story.
Good evening, Gretchen. Good evening, Robbie. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Mr. Romulo, is it just the extension of the segments that's causing the toll hikes, and how faster are travel times now?
Well, thank you for that. The issue really is that the whole project is about 7.7 kilometers, as the report said. No, we're about more than halfway through. We already built 4 kilometers. This latest segment or section is an additional 1.6 kilometers. No? So that really improves the travel time for those who want to use C5 going all the way to Parañaque and Coastal. So the increase itself is technically not an increase because the rate per kilometer is the same, but the distance is farther. So you actually have our customers and motorists enjoying expressway service for a longer period. That's really what it means.
But Attorney Kimbo, this affects everybody, even those not necessarily traveling the entire total of the distance?
Opo. Yung ating pong project naman na 7.7, Robbie, isang project lang naman yun. Ano? Kaya lang sa takbo rin ng panahon at syempre sa right-of-way issues na rin, hindi naman natin mapagsabay-sabay. Kung tutuusin po, 7.7 kilometers, hindi po naman malaking problema yan from a construction viewpoint. But from a right-of-way viewpoint, that's where the rubber hits the road. No, medyo that's where we get our challenges. So we have to build it incrementally, what we call section by section or segment by segment, excuse me, and at the same time charge the motorists accordingly. The rate does not really differ. It's still the same rate per kilometer.
How will this affect holiday traffic and your preparations for the expected rush in commuters and passengers on the road?
Thanks for that. The Christmas preparations are ongoing, Gretchen. No? As you know, Metro Pacific Tollways operates a North Luzon Expressway, which is probably the biggest network today. Subic-Clark Tarlac Expressway, which is used by our Baguio and Northern Luzon travelers, And of course, we have Cavitex, the one that starts in coastal all the way to Cavite, to Kawit. And this C5 Link is also ongoing. We also have the Cavite Laguna Expressway or CALAX. So each expressway system has a slightly different customer behavior when it comes to holidays. They don't necessarily go out of Metro Manila all at the same time. So we anticipate that insofar as Cavitex is concerned, we think it's more manageable during Christmas, during the holidays. But for North Luzon, that's the big one. And Subic-Clark-Tarlac Expressway, that's really where the bulk of our holiday goers use. So preparations are ongoing. I think we still have enough time to sort of lay down the specific plans and programs. Suffice it to say that we are promoting from here on the extensive use of the RFID system. So to avoid hassle in the toll gates or in the toll plazas, it's still advantageous and helpful to use the RFID and to put a proper load for your toll whenever you travel.
Attorney Kimbo, we have only time for one last question, pero lalahatin ko na dito. Una, yung Cavitex C5 Link, we're expecting to have that completed by next year. Any specific date on that? And ito na yung pang every all ko na. Sa lahat ng binanggit nyo na mga expressway, what are some of the exits, on-ramps in the pipeline that people can also expect in time for Christmas?
Good. Meron tayong bubuksang malaking project by December, by next month. Ito yung the España section of the connector. For the first time, people from Baguio, people from San Fernando, La Union, San Fernando, Pampanga, will go all the way to Metro Manila and go down the expressway in España interchange. So this is going to be our major contribution for the holiday goers. In other words, for the first time, the expressway motorists will need not use Balintawak, EDSA, Sampaloc. When you reach the Connector España interchange, you really are in the heart of Metro Manila. In fact, University Belt na yun. That's our biggest project that will open by end of the year. There's still a few bits of the right-of-way that are still pending, but we think it's doable, and we're looking forward to the holiday season on holiday goers using that to come back to Metro Manila.
Bilang pamasko na rin po pinag-uusapan natin, posible po ba na mag-isa yung auto sweep at saka yung easy trip? Kasi medyo magulo yun eh.
Magandang tanong yun naman, Gretchen. No? Sa totoo lang, yung common customers natin ngayon, in other words, yung meron pong easy trip at merong auto sweep, mga 19,000 na yan eh, gumagamit. Nagtatawid-tawiran na po yan eh. Ito po yung auto sweep na nakarehistro sa mga RFID ng easy trip. Yung easy trip subscribers naman na kusang pupunta at gagamit ng San Miguel system, marami-rami rin po yan. So we think we can more than double that number. We're not looking at a universal number like millions, kasi sa totoo lang yung common customers is market driven, di ba? Yung gumagamit lang naman talaga magbe-benefit diyan eh. But we're on the way. We are closing in on the commercial arrangements, the corporate arrangements, lalo na po yung technical. Malapit na po.
Okay, maraming salamat. That was MPTC Chief Communications Officer Romulo Kimbo Jr.